Welcome. My name is Charles Lee. I'm with Temple College. Thank you for clicking on this link so that you can see the information session that we present to the public who has an interest in applying for the vocational nursing program. Temple College has a history of opening in 1926, and we've had outstanding educational programs, including medical fields, for quite some time. We have two campuses that offer such nursing courses as vocational nursing. Temple College, the main campus in Temple, Bell County, Texas, and Taylor campus located on Main Street here in Taylor. The program administration consists of Gregory Bond. He's the division director. And again, I'm Charles Lee. I'm the lead instructor at the Taylor campus. The vocational nursing program consists of 12 months of study. It is a certificate of completion study consisting of 47 semester hours, and classes start the 1st of June and typically graduate mid-May of every year. This is a full-time accelerated program. Again, it's 12 months in length. The application process, which we'll outline, will help you better understand how to get into the nursing program. The first step is to be in the Temple College system. And you can do that by applying online or in person at any Temple College, be it Hutto, Taylor, Cameron, or Temple. If you're already taking courses at Temple College or have in the past, then you have a student ID number and step one has already been met. There is no cost to apply to Temple College, being we are a community college. Step two is to take the HESI exam for nursing. It is called HESI A2. This test is only given at specific times throughout the year. The window for this academic year is September 22nd, 2014 until and through November 21st, 2014. The test is given in Hutto at the UCheck building right off of State Highway, Tollway 130, and Temple College main campus, College One Center building, second floor. The test can be taken Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Keep in mind they will not start the test after 2 p.m. as a test can take 2 or 3 hours to complete. In order to complete number 2 and take the HESI test, you do need to score an 80 so that you can move on to number 3, which would be applied to the program. If you do not score above an 80, we cannot consider your application for this academic period. Admission to the college in general does not guarantee automatic acceptance to the nursing program. Keep in mind we are a college within a college basically, so we have our own rules including transcript requirements, application requirements. There is a history of competitive application for the seats. Temple takes approximately 70 to 80 students a year. Taylor takes approximately 20 to 25 students a year. There is several hundred applicants that apply, usually 200 applicants to 300 applicants. Not to scare you off, we want you to be competitive and ready for the test. Please do not take it if you're not ready for it. Because of this history of competitiveness, we have a point system by which you can get more points or attain more points to help you get into the program. So, in the event of a tie, we do look at who applied first in that window, the October-November window. The last day you can turn documents in, that would be transcripts, is December 1st. And we'll go over that again in a moment. So if you take the HESI A2 with Temple College, it costs $45. Again, the window September 22nd to November 21st. The last day to turn in documents like a high school transcript from another community college or university is December 1st, 2014. Study guides can be bought online or at the Temple College bookstore, in person, online. We have these bookstores are on Hutto campus as well as Taylor and Temple, and I'll show you a picture of the book in just a moment. The College Center does charge $45, and keep in mind there is a 3-hour time limit. It is a time test. You cannot use a calculator. The test that you'll be going over, or the topics you'll be going over, is vocabulary and general knowledge, reading comprehension, including word use and meaning of those words, conclusions, implications, and understandings, as well as math, the highest level of math besides basic arithmetic, multiplication, subtraction, division. There is some metric work, but the highest is probably introductory algebra, such as solve for x. There is multiple solve for x questions, as well as decimal, alignment, and metric system type questions. All of this is explained in the study guide. Keep in mind, if you purchase a study guide, inside the study guide there is chemistry, biology sections, physical science. Those are not part of our test at Temple College, just the 3 items I mentioned: math, reading, and general knowledge and vocabulary. Okay, again, a score of 80 on the HESI A2 test must be achieved in order to apply to the program. Here is what the book is available. You can also attend a study guide, a study session at the Educational Assistance Center, which is located on the main campus in Temple. That is the ISC building, room 108. This is their phone number. The appointment is recommended, however, not necessary, as long as you can catch someone first come, first served, Monday through Thursday, 8 to noon, Monday and Wednesday, 6 to 8:30 p.m. in case you work some in the day and you do need some evening hours. They can help you. Most of their help is focused on taking the test, understanding the math and grammar components on the test. Here's the book I mentioned a moment ago. It's kind of a purple and teal, orange book. There is an older blue and yellow version, which is very similar, but we do recommend the latest version, which is edition 3, available in the bookstore. The cost of a book is approximately $40, be it in our bookstore or online from a supplier such as Amazon or eBay. If you decide to take the HESI A2 at another college or have taken it at another college, we can accept that score if it was taken in the last 12 months and certain requirements have been met. For instance, the scores must be provided in an official sealed envelope. It has to be the exact same test, meaning no calculators used in the testing process. The same 3 components or tests, reading, general knowledge, vocabulary, and math, must be on that test, because you can only test once with Temple College. If you test at another school that offers a test, it does need to meet these requirements, and you would be allowed to submit that score in lieu of a lower score at Temple, or perhaps a missed test date or something. However, please make sure that you meet these requirements before scheduling your test. You have any questions, please call the testing center or the nursing department to discuss another college or university's HESI test. Step 3 is if you have college transcripts. For instance, you have anatomy and physiology taken from another school, then we would need that official transcript. We would need it sealed, one to the college and one to the nursing department. If you do not have college transcripts to submit, then we would need an official high school transcript or a GED if you have a GED. In addition to the transcripts that we already have on file at Temple College, remember we're a separate college entity, so we do need our own transcripts to the nursing department specifically. That's very important. If you went to high school in a foreign country or took college courses in a foreign country, we do need to have that evaluated by NACES. It's a national accredited group of centers. There are one in, I believe, some in Dallas and Houston. Please go to the NACES website. That's www.naces.org. And that can assist you in getting your transcripts evaluated. And they will send us, as well as the sender, a letter explaining the equivalency. There is a fee associated with that, depending on what center you go to. Number 4, if you do have biology or a computer course that would substitute for our computer course, which is called Special Topics in Computer Science, we need to definitely look at the transcript and see if it can be substituted. The anatomy and physiology component, Bio 2404, can be substituted. It has to be less than 10 years old. Nursing courses you want to transfer has to be less than 2 years old. If you have these courses in progress in the fall, summer or fall, of course you will get a point toward application. If you can take them in the spring and it's after the application period, unfortunately we cannot give you a point. So we're going to talk about those points and how they add up. Keep in mind that when you are selected, there is a background process, and employers such as the main hospitals we go to, the Veterans Administration Hospital, Scott and White, these types of facilities may do their own background, and I can assure you they probably do in most cases. Now, the reason why we tell you that, if you're barred from a hospital due to your background, the college may not have a choice but to remove you from the program because you're unable to complete your clinical components. So keep in mind, upon acceptance to the program, you will have to submit to a background check to the program. So let's talk about the points. We want to maximize our points as an applicant so that you can get in the program, but because of the history of competitiveness, you have up to 9 points that you can achieve. The first thing is, of course, take the HESI A2 test. If you do really well, say for instance 93 to 100, then you can make 6 points. If you score a little lower than that, 5 points. And it goes down all the way to 1 point. Because we have raised the score from 70 to 80, you really want to get above 80 to be competitive and to apply to the program. So you're going to be looking at a maximum of 6 points, anywhere from 3 to 6 points based on your test score. You also will get 1 point for a completed passing grade, a C, not a D, a C in biology 2404. In lieu of that, if you do not have that, you can have A&P 1 and A&P 2, 2301 and 2302 for a point. If you have special topics in computer science, ITSE 1294, then you would be awarded another point. Ironically, both of these courses are offered at both campuses and online. The special topics in computer science is even offered about every 8 weeks, pretty much year-round, all 3 semesters. Again, if you have a computer course that is possibly substitute, we need that transcript. It needs to be 2 or 3 semester hours. The 2404 needs to be at least 4 hours with a lab. These 2 courses are not necessarily prerequisites, they are co-requisites built in the curriculum. So if you do not have these, you would have to take them in the nursing program while you're in the program, making your day really long. So we strongly advise that you take these beforehand, plus you want to get these 2 points. And the last criteria that you can gain a point, 1 point in total, is living in the Temple College service area. The service area is different from the taxing or district area. The service area is the area determined by the legislature that we service their school districts. So if you live in these areas, as you can see on the board, Temple, Belton, Troy, Academy, Salado, Buckholtz, Cameron, Holland, Bartlett, Rogers, Granger, Thrall, Thorndale, Rockdale, Taylor, and Hutto school districts, that is considered in our service area, you would be awarded a point. And additionally, if you have failed a nursing course, either from Temple College or another community college, then you would be deducted a point in your application process. Keep in mind that when we're talking about tuition, in-district refers to if you're in Temple proper, ISD, or parts of Hutto ISD, that would be in-district at a discounted rate versus out-of-district. After the points are tallied, usually in December, we try to pick the students to match the campus based on the student's zip code. And sometimes we would give the student an opportunity to pick which campus depending on their score. We let the students know by letter. We do send letters to all applicants regardless of your outcome. And we send those letters usually in February, on a good year, late January or early February. But typically the first or second week in February. So you want to be checking your mail, make sure that we have the latest and current mailing address when you apply to the program. When you are conditionally accepted to the program, you'll get a thick letter, and in that thick letter is going to be forms that you need to take to your physician, nurse practitioner, or physician's assistant and get a head-to-toe assessment stating that your health, both physical and mental, is well and that you can attend nursing school. You would need to have at least 6 months, in the last 6 months for that, and you would need to have the current immunizations required. There is a list we'll show you in just a moment. The big one being hepatitis B. If you're already in healthcare, then you know you need 3 of those. If you're not in healthcare, you want to start that right away because it is spaced out over 6 months typically. Students will also be required to submit to a drug screen, usually in the first part of the program. That is kind of unannounced, and the dates we don't give you until a specific time. So keep in mind that you would have to submit and pass a drug screen. And then here's the immunizations I mentioned. Most of these you would have from high school days, childhood, but some of these are healthcare specific, such as TB skin test, a Man-2 skin test, hepatitis B, 3 doses, and then the state has enacted a meningitis law to make sure all students under 22 years of age, and there are other requirements. For example, here it is Senate Bill 1107 stating that you have to have a meningitis vaccine unless you're over 22 or meeting certain requirements. The hepatitis B screen is separated in time spans 0, 1, and 6, and on some occasions you can have a doctor's office do a rapid series, so it'd be 0, 1, and 4. So at least on a good situation, you're talking about 4 months to complete, and typically 6 months. Why is this important? If you get accepted in the program and you procrastinate and do not get the hepatitis B series, you cannot start in July on the clinical rotations. We typically start the first week of July. You will not be allowed access to the hospitals due to healthcare regulations. So it would behoove you to get this done prior to starting the program in totality. One more requirement prior to starting the program, when you get that acceptance letter, it's going to have you make sure you get certified in healthcare provider CPR. It's not your typical Heart Start CPR. It's not Red Cross CPR. We only recommend American Heart Association. That's the one we will accept for healthcare providers. It is good for 2 years. Temple College does offer this course, as well as American Heart Association. Local hospitals offer it, fire departments, EMS. So there are several opportunities and providers in your neighborhood. Just make sure that it is American Heart Association healthcare provider. The cost is usually $50, $55 is a typical price you would pay. Our continuing education department at Temple College offers this. The phone number is here on the screen, 2 numbers, 8625 or 8616, and that is located in Temple. Upon demand, sometimes those courses are held at other campuses like Hutto or Taylor. It really is demand, and so you would want to call if you're interested in ours. It is offered several times a month. Financial aid is available because this is a full-time 4-credit program. Again, you have a summer, fall, and spring semester, and we'll go over the hours in a moment. If you had child care issues or school issues, financial aid is available, meaning if you can apply and be qualified, such as Pell Grants, Stafford loans, subsidized, both unsubsidized. Also, Texas Workforce is a good resource, is a state of Texas agency to help students. If you qualify for workforce money due to your income level, you might pick up some funding for textbooks as well as tuition. Nursing faculty typically cannot answer financial aid questions, so please refer to financial aid. If you are accepted into the program, you want to make sure you get with Temple College financial aid right away. If you wait till April, it's usually too late to apply for financial aid for the summer. So you need to apply for financial aid as soon as you're notified you're in the program. Upon completion of the program, then you're eligible to take the NCLEX Practical Nursing License. It is a nationwide test, as well as Canada, in fact, that we offer, and that way you can practice in the state of Texas as a vocational or practical nurse. The board may delay or not allow you to sit for the exams if you have any unresolved criminal background issues or convictions that you have not declared. So we will go over that declaration in a minute. If you have been arrested, anything other than a traffic stop, if you've been arrested other than a traffic ticket, then you need to declare it to the Board of Nursing prior to coming to nursing school. Upon completion of a thorough background investigation, the Board of Nursing for Texas, that's bon.tex.gov, they can clear you to attend nursing school of your choice, saying that your background has been investigated and cleared. It does not automatically knock you out if you have a misdemeanor conviction. Felony convictions, there's a strong possibility you may not get it cleared by the Board of Nursing. And in fact, we recommend you take care of that right away. All convictions and arrests, misdemeanors and felonies, has to be run by the Texas Board of Nursing. It is not a school issue. We're telling you this so that, number one, you can gain acceptance to the program, but number two, you don't sit in a program and then are unable to get your license. So the way the process is, you do submit to a background check prior to acceptance, and when you are mailed a blue card, which is your pass to apply at nursing school, or in this case, a letter stating you can move forward with your declaratory order. So the only charge that you do not have to declare is traffic tickets and minor in possession of alcohol or tobacco. That is it. Everything else needs to be declared to the Board of Nursing. Just to show you what the summer, fall, and spring looks like, the summer semester consists of 12 hours. You have basic nursing skills, anatomy and physiology, unless you've taken that, gerontology, vocational concepts, mental health, and clinical component where we're out in the hospitals learning basic nursing. Again, this is 12 semester hours. The hours would actually look like this. Monday's a classroom day, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Thursday, class day, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday and Wednesdays, your clinical days are always back to back, so that is our clinical days. You would have to be at the hospital or clinical facility at 6:45 in the morning till 12. So in the summer, we like to call it a honeymoon because you're off at noon on 2 days and you're off on Friday. So you kind of come into the program not real demanding on your time. If you do not have the intro to A&P, it is usually taken on these class days, and that would keep you here till 9 o'clock at night roughly. So you definitely want to get the anatomy and physiology out of the way if you can. The fall semester is the hardest one as far as hours. You're talking about 18 semester hours, consisting of maternal neonatal nursing, advanced nursing skills, pharmacology, health and illness 2. Again, this is where we are doing clinical components in the lab as well as pathophysiology, disease process, and the clinical component in the hospitals. Pharmacology has a lab component, advanced nursing skills has a lab component, and maternity is an awesome class, followed up by the clinical in maternity, a clinical rotation in a neonatal unit, as well as labor and delivery. It's a very fun time for the nursing students. This is full-time Monday through Thursday, 6:45 a.m. on the Monday and Tuesday. The clinical days are back-to-back till 4:20. Keep in mind, you might have to be in Temple at this time. You might have to be in Rockdale, Round Rock, Georgetown, Belton, a number of sites. So 6:45 in the morning, you need to really see if you can accommodate that time. There is no exceptions to the time. The time is mandated. You have to be ready to go. Class days again, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 a.m. to 4:10. And this is always subject to change, such as in the event that evening rotations for the clinical site are necessary. Sometimes evening rotations in the Temple location go into the evening hours to accommodate, for the hospital to accommodate us. So keep in mind that that is a possibility. The curriculum for the spring is pediatrics, nursing health and illness 3, continuation and finale there of pathophysiology and disease process, mental illness, professional development, the computer course, special topics in computer science, and a clinical component. The clinical component in the spring is more challenging as we prepare you for graduation, making sure that you're ready to enter the workforce. The spring semester consists of 17 semester hours. The schedule for spring is very similar to fall. Again, Monday, Tuesday, clinicals, 6:45 to 4:20. Wednesday and Thursdays get out a little earlier than the fall, 2 o'clock on Wednesday in the spring, 3 o'clock on Thursday in the spring. The curriculum requires a 75 or better to pass. We, at the nursing program, do not have a D. We go from A, B, C being a 75 to 84. Below 75 is an F. So any transfer credits, you cannot have a D or obviously an F. So if your grade drops below a 75 in a particular course, the instructor will notify you, as well as do midterm notifications for those failing below 75. If you cannot complete a course above 75 average, then you have failed that course and would have to repeat the course the following year. You could not continue in the program if you fail a single course. After you receive a certificate of completion from the nursing department and the college, then you would be eligible to sit for the NCLEX final exam. Our phone numbers at the Taylor campus is here, the Temple campus is here. If you have a question other than financial aid, you may call Louise at the Taylor campus or Rosemary at the Temple campus, and they can help you with your questions. If you have any questions, please call them. It is imperative that we answer your questions so that you have the best shot of getting into our wonderful program. Thank you for your interest in Temple College.